Hi, welcome back, guys. All right, I am so glad that you are here with me today. We had tons of problems. It was a struggle bus, but that's all right. We're going to keep going, and hopefully, we'll be able to get this all situated. So, right here, I have a 12 by 18 paper, and let's back the camera up because it is extreme close up right now. I don't think we need that. Nobody. Oh, then you can see my garbage in the back. I don't know that I like that either. Hmm. Okay. We'll just work it out. No. Hmm. Let's see. Oh shit. This guy. There you go. How about that? How about that? How about that? This is the storage room slash office slash art studio slash all the things are in this room. Okay. In fact, I can even go like this. Is that better? Let's, okay. We're gonna make it work, guys. Okay. So 12 by 18, all you need today is pencils, a Sharpie, and a ruler. I have an 18-inch ruler. Love 18-inch rulers because they allow me to go across the entire paper of a large sheet of paper. You can do this at work on a smaller piece of art. That's okay too. But for now, this is what we're working with. All right. So we're going to talk about some concept of building on top of what we did before. So we're talking about making a cool car in a hot city. And we had worked in the past with making hot dogs and cool cats. And that was fun for our littlest friends. And then we were building on some color theory, missed that one. This is a fun project. So if you missed it, you can go back and do it. But we worked on some simple shapes, and you either the primary and secondary colors, or you could just color it for fun. But these are some projects that we've done in the past. So you can go back and look at those and catch up. So we're going to break this down into three sections. So I'm actually going to start with the bottom of my paper, and the bottom of my paper is going to be what we call our foreground. So this is the front of our art. The front is in the art that is the closest to us, our view. So if I was walking down the street and I was on this side of the street or I'm in this field and I'm looking out into my view, I'm going to see a cool car off in the distance. And then behind that, I'm going to see the buildings of the city. So for now, I am going to be working on the things that are closest to me. So in front of me in the foreground, and let's see, we talked about our primaries and our secondaries before, and we're going to talk about foreground right now. And then we're going to also build onto that with our middle ground. And then, of course, background. And we're even going to throw in another word, horizon line off in the distance. Okay. So, foreground, the things that are in front of me right here. So, I don't want to see the bottoms of these objects. I want them to run off my paper as if I was so close to them, I can't actually see that because if I saw them, I'm going to be looking down at my feet. So they are right here next to me. If I wanted to see the bottom of a bush, the bottom of a plant, it's going to be down here at my feet. I don't want that. I want to see what I see in front of me. And so we're going to assume that these are tall objects. They can be bushes and trees and plants, um, flowers, things like that. And so we're going to try to use a variety of shapes. And I'm going to start with my pencil first. I don't want it to get into my middle ground here, but it's it overlaps. So I'm going to go ahead and draw very lightly a line in the middle of my art that is going to be where my street is. Okay. So very light so that I can erase it. And I don't even know if you guys are going to be able to see it on there. Let's see. Yes, just slightly. Okay. So then I'm going to draw another line very lightly. I'm not using my marker, guys, just a pencil. Super light. Okay. So my foreground, things that are in front. So I could have a small tree. I could have a plant. Let's see. What do I want to do? I'm going to have a bush over here. I'm going to put in Florida, we have this like fan plant that come out kind of like a fan. And actually, I want that to run off my paper more. Can it point to the top? Don't do that, Mr. Johnson. You want it to run off. Okay. And I want this one, I'm going to put it like behind my bush here. I could have flowers coming up. Let me think. Kind of like a little bird of paradise here. I don't know what they look like from them. I just kind of make it up as I go. And maybe some kind of like type of helpful if you have something to look at. I'm just trying to make these coming out of my imagination. Oh, I guess tiger lily leaves come from the bottom from the stem. I'm gonna let those run off. I could have like kind of a grape tree here. It has like, some kind of flower or something on it. These are like bush trees. Okay, so it overlapped. Okay, so if something that we have, I could even have like, oh, I have another bush up here off in the distance. It's smaller than the bush I had over here. Okay, if it overlaps, go ahead, take your eraser and erase that road line because I can't see through my book. Okay. You know what? I might even have, I'm in the city part and I have, there's a trash can over here. Why not? Okay. Okay, just things, whatever. Be creative. You have a rock, you know, you have a piece of trash, I don't know, a bush, whatever. Yes. Okay. So now you ready for the cool card? So this is where it's a little more interesting because you can be creative. I want you to use your imagination. Okay. So it could be just about anything that you can think of. It can be sports car. It can be a funny car. Well, cool, but cool to you. So whatever your yum is, whatever you think is fun, go for it. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to draw. It's just doing a side view of a car. We're going to keep it really simple, guys. I'm going to put my wheel here. That's kind of oval. I don't want the oval. I want them round. Okay. And I'm going to draw a line connecting my two circles. And now I have to make my choices. What kind of car do I want it to be? Do I want it to be looking like a speed car? And I did promise a cool car, right? I kind of want it to look like a cool racing. It's my imagination. This car does not have to be a real vehicle. It can be whatever you can think of in your mind. So let's see. Let me see if I can just, well, I guess it doesn't really matter if I'm there or not. It's not that big of a deal. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I want mine to look kind of like some sort of speedy car. And I'm going to make it have some kind of flair. This is out of my imagination. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know enough about cars. We make it look like a real car. So it's my imagination. And then it's going to have some crazy exhaust because that's what my car does. Okay. And then gotta have like some kind of windshield and I can have, so my cool car became a four-door. Is that very cool? I don't think so. Maybe, you know what? I'm gonna make it have like this, like wing doors. Headlights that come out from the car. Why not? Because I can. All right. So I've got kind of idea. Ones that have wings, does it actually have a door? I don't know. I don't know. This is my car. Do whatever I want to do. I want to make some kind of cool spinner. It's spinning. There. Okay, so there we go. I just invented a car, my imagination. Your car can have whatever you want it to have. Maybe your car has some, like, I don't know, stereo system popping out of it. When you stop the car, you can bump some music and have a party at the beach. I don't know. Okay. So now I'm tracing the line that on my middle ground. And this line is what is going to create our horizon. Okay, that's the word I was looking for. That's our horizon line. So foreground, middle ground. So my car is in the middle. And now background. And I'm doing everything with a pencil because I like choices. And if I feel like I make a mistake, then I can adjust things. And especially because we're practicing overlapping. Overlapping is what's going to make it look like things have depth. Some things are close to me in the foreground and they overlap the things that are in the middle ground. The things in the middle ground will overlap the things that are in the distance. All right. So because I decided this street um, is kind of low, it doesn't look very wide. I could adjust that. I don't know. I think I might want to leave it like that so we have enough room for my other things. Because I want my city to be cool or hot. It's going to be hot. So, so let's see. I could have. mm, I don't know. You know what I'm going to add that I didn't add? I'm going to add a sidewalk here. And you know what? I'm going to make it. Got to go on the other side of the bush. Woo, woo. Okay. So here's my little sidewalk or bike path. And I can do, I could have some grasses sticking up. I could have more flowers and plants, another bush. Some shrubbery, whatever. I could do grass. I have a rock. Okay. And by my rock, I have a flower. Now this flower is smaller because it's farther away. Smaller flowers close to me. Um, um, I'll make it the same kind of flower. Okay, whatever. Layer in it. Layer in it. I can still put some more stuff here in my foreground. I could do like, maybe there's more of um, the like tiger lilies, but they haven't bloomed yet. So there's like tall grasses. And one of the cool things that you can do is overlap with your grass. And that's going to make it a lot more visually interesting. So I drew a grass blade. I'm going to have another grass blade come over here, or leaf, whatever we want to call it. And I put it behind it. So when I want to put an object behind another object, I go up to that one, stop, use my imagination to continue that line through, and then literally continue. Okay. And then every once in a while, I'll throw in one of these folded ones. So it like the leaf like fell over. And then have that come through. Okay. We'll do a few of those. I don't know why I got the sound effects today. All right. So I have over here in the distance, I'm going to put a curb. Stop when you get to your car. All right. My exhaust is coming off. I don't want to see that. Okay, now this line that I just created, this is going to now become my horizon line. So the horizon is the imaginary line that we see when the sky touches the ground. Now, this horizon line is always there. And what happens is that I'll have kids draw something up here and down here and then leave the space in between. But the object that you make cannot fly in the sky, right? They're going to have to go on the ground. So even though this is the ground line here, does not mean that this is also not ground. All of this is ground, just some of this ground I see closer to me and some of it is farther away. So now off in the distance, I have this farther away. So foreground, middle ground, background. Things are getting smaller as they get farther and farther away. And this is going to become my city. Now I've got to make some choices of what I want this to be. Now I could have had my road really close, like this could be off in the distance, but maybe this car is taking a joyride in the country, and now my city is going to be small as it's far, far away from me. Or this car is driving in the city, and the buildings are right here, and I'm going to see those buildings pretty close still, because if I see the car this big, I'm going to see the building, equally big. But I kind of want to create a sense of some distance. Okay, we're going to try to keep this idea simple. So big, middle, small. So foreground, middle, background, I'm going to start making my city off in the distance, okay? So these are going to become smaller, and I can use, we know that most buildings are going to be straight up and down, perpendicular to our horizon line. So that means the opposite of our horizon line is perfectly straight left to right. Our buildings are going to be vertical, perfectly straight up and down. So I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to start making buildings. It's okay if some of your buildings just run right off the paper. And what can we do with our imagination? Like, think some of these are like skywriters, some are going to be it's been a long time since I've done this project, by the way. I'm trying to think what I used to do. Maybe they have, the air conditioning unit or uh, antenna cable and stuff on top. Like what can we do? Some of them are really close together. Some have maybe an alleyway. Some are short. Be creative. Think of variety. The more variety that we have on our buildings and such, the more visual interest that there will be. Like short, but it's wide, sort of grocery store. Make a hospital. What do you want in your city? Maybe this one has multiple levels. I don't know why yet. Maybe it's an apartment building. I don't know. Maybe this is the hospital. The helicopter. Maybe I may. I'm gonna have to invest in a helicopter really look like. Maybe that's my helicopter. And this is the hospital. Okay. Mm-hmm. Be creative. All right. City. What else? In a city. Okay. And then next one, run right off the edge of the paper. And that just makes it more visually interesting. Okay. Now, details to add to your city. Doors, windows. This is actually take a lot of time. If you're really dedicated to making your windows, you can be here a little while. So maybe I'm sitting here and I go, window, window. Okay. And I just keep making window, window, window. Ooh, Mrs. Johnson, that one. Yes, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay. So there is no rush. I have like a mild time limit because no, this is like an hour-long show. I still have a family. So then I erase the in-between line. Does that make sense? Now it's its own rectangle. Erase the in-between line. So all of those are windows. And then down here, eventually the windows are going to stop. And it might be some sort of cool double door. So window, 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 window. That will make sense, good. And then maybe this building. I do like an H, or I could write out the word hospital, metro, hospital, right? Or trying to think what comic book towns I know. What is it? Oh, where does Superman live? Oh man, think right now. Put it in the comments. What town? I know Gotham is Batman. It could be the Gotham Hospital. It's good. You can make the Batman your cool car. So Metropolis? Is that it? I don't know. Metropolis Hospital. There you go. Gotham Hospital. Imagination. So this next part, this is going to take you time adding in those details. But the details are what makes our art more interesting, visually interesting to look at. Okay. So it is worth the time. The detail makes the art. Do you remember me talking about craftsmanship? If we're on the other videos, right? Craftsmanship matters. That's what makes your art better, your care, the time, doing it nice and neat. And that is what's going to make it more marketable because your art is going to be the best. It's going to look more detailed, nice and neat. Everything looks good. And that's going to make your client happy. They're going to want yours over somebody else's, and you can charge more. Okay. So once you have all of your situations figured out, all of your objects figured out, like I said, this is going to be a crepe tree, so I can put some flowers on here. And got all of these figured out. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Well, once you have all your details, you are going to trace it when you have it finalized with your marker. So literally, you're just going to worry about going over your line with your black marker. And then we can figure out how we want to color this. Next time we can use watercolor. We could use marker or crayon, but I'm probably going to use some kind of like watercolors so that I can fill in my spaces more quickly. Now, you might want to use two kinds of markers. This one's fat. So when I get to like really small things that need detail, sometimes it bleeds a little too much and you can't get those details. So I like to have more kinds of markers. And I'm not sure if I have it on here. I'll show you. Not a black one. Yes, I do. Okay, so this is the other one I'm talking about. This is a fine point Sharpie marker. So I can come in. Oh, this is dying. Okay, but I'm able to go over my object more carefully and it won't bleed. Then once I have all that marker done, I'm going to go in and erase. Okay, so for next time, If you can make sure that you have all of your art done, I'm going to continue on this and finish it as well. We're going to have all the details on, and we'll talk about coloring it next time. I can't wait to see you again. If this is your first time with us, guess what? You are officially an Artsy Fartsy Club member. Congratulations. I am so happy that you are here with me. Again, my name is Mrs. Johnson, and you are now an official member of the Artsy Fartsy Club. So, guys, I can't see you for another week here. I promise we're going to get the camera thing down pat. We've been working on it, working on our details. So I think I've got most of it figured out so that we can focus on being on time next week. And so I am going live at 11 a.m. next Saturday, Eastern Time. And until I see you then, I hope you are absolutely art-tastic.